Hey everybody out there, today for you guys we are going to be doing a deck profile of a deck I know you all have been waiting to see, and that is my Dark Magician deck profile. Now, before we get started this deck profile, I do want to mention a couple things. While doing research for this deck and everything, I want to admit that every person's Dark Magician deck that I've seen thus far, and even the people I've talked to and know who play this deck in real life, play their decks a multitude of different ways. There's a multitude of variations on playing this deck. There is no one way to play it. Each person plays their Dark Magician deck differently. Your card ratios and card choices may be different than mine. But this is what's been working for me over the past month and a half, about a month now, I guess you could say. And I've been having fun playing it, and it's been working well for me. Secondly, yes, I know Magician Souls is very expensive, but I definitely also run that in the deck. So I do want to mention those few things before I get into the deck profile today. So let's get into it. So first off, we run our 3 Dark Magician in the deck, the 2 Yugi Structure decks, and the 1 Red Dark Magician, Arcanite Dark Magician. I've always loved his artwork since he got his print over here in the TCG some years ago now. But yeah, we just run 3 Dark Magicians, the Ultimate Wizard in terms of attack and defense. We run him as a 3-of in the deck, no more, no less, but he's definitely essential to all your different combo plays in the deck as a vanilla. Next, I also run 1 Magician of Dark Illusion. This is a card that some people still run in their deck, and some people do not. I still like it for the ability to help go for rank 7 exceed plays still in the deck. It's just another way to help do that. I don't think we're in the days anymore of running this at multiples of 2 and 3, which I've seen people do in the past. I don't think we're going to be doing that anytime soon, but as a 1-of in the deck, I still like it. It's still nice to have. But yeah, 1 Magician of Dark Illusion. And then we get to the very expensive card currently, Magician's Soul, which I think is currently over $100 still. Luckily, I did not have to break the bank on paying these. I got the hookup and had to pay a lot less than $100, almost half that price, thankfully. But this card's very essential. If you guys know anything about the current meta, you've seen this with Lunar Lights, you've seen this with Spiral, you've seen this with a whole bunch of different decks out there being teched in. But the deck it was initially made for was Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl decks. And it's an essential deck, and it really helps the deck out a lot in this version of the deck. So definitely, if you have the access to this card, you definitely run 3 Magician Souls in your deck. If you don't have the access, I understand there's other cards out there you can run, but they're not a substitute for this card. This card's amazing in the deck. So 3 Magician Souls in the deck. Next we run 3 Magician's Rod. This is your Stratos for the deck for just about almost all, a majority of your spells and traps. Just about all your spell cards, and I think all your trap cards actually, are searchable through Magician's Rod. This card's essential. I've seen people even recently cut this down to 2-of and 1-of, and I kind of have to scratch my head at that because this card's amazing. Like, it searches almost half your deck. A good quarter of your deck, if that. So definitely run 3 Magician's Rod in your deck still. Very essential. Definitely run it. Yes, you don't rely as much on your normal summon. You only have, like, technically 4 really normal summonable monsters in your deck. And this is one of those 4 of them. 3 of them right here. Next we run 3 Apprentice Illusion Magician. These are the jump promo ones that I've had for years now, actually. But this card's still essential on the deck. Some people do not like running this in the deck anymore. I still like it because it helps with the fact of getting around big monsters. One thing that the Dark Magician deck has always had problems with to some degree is getting around monsters that have 3,000 plus attack. It's not much of a problem as it used to be, but it is still a problem that I see occur sometimes. Apprentice Illusion Magician helps out with that problem a lot. And I definitely like it in the deck as a 2-of. Some people still run it as a 3-of, and that's perfectly fine if you want to do that. But I personally like it as a 2-of in the deck. Also works good with Magician's Navigation and Tangent. We're not running as many Magician Navigations as we used to, but if you drew multiples back in the day, this was a way to help search out another Dark Magician to make your other navigation live if you drew double Magician's Navigation. So still a very useful card in the deck, and I like it as a 2 of, and I've always loved the artwork. The last monster we run in the deck is Blue Boy, or Spellbook of Knowledge as we call him. Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. I'm thinking of a different card, but yes, Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. I've always referred to him as Blue Boy for years now, but he helps search out your spellbook engine of the deck, which I would say is definitely essential into the deck if you can fit it into the deck properly. So we do run a spellbook engine in the deck for draw power, because this deck has a very good mixture of draw power and search power. If you guys are wondering also where the Dark Magician Girl is in the deck, as I round out the monsters here, I'm going to be doing a deck profile shortly on the Dark Magician Girl version of the deck. A more funner version. This is more of a pseudo-competitive version, I guess you could say. Not supposed to be tier 1, you know, taking tier 1 decks, but you definitely could take it into a tournament setting, I'd feel like, at least at a local or regional level to some degree. But I don't run the Dark Magician Girl in the deck, but in the front versions of the deck that you'll see later on, I definitely like it. Then we run this card, Soul Servant. Right now this card is about $8, and I am going to say within a year or so, this card's going to go up in price. It'll probably be a $15 card within a year and a half, unless it gets reprinted before then, because this card is so good in the deck, and it works so well with Magician's Circle. Now, is it broken? It's good, like above average good, I would say. But it's definitely a staple 3 of in the deck. It's a quick play spell, which is amazing. There's just so many good uses for this card. It's just such a very good spell card for the deck that works well with Magician's Circle. So, yeah, Soul Servant. Next we run 3 Magician's Circle, which is essential on the deck. My old First Ed secrets I've had forever. You definitely run this as a 3 of in the deck. I've seen some people start to cut it, which I'm kind of hesitant to say that's okay. That's up to you to decide if you want to cut it or not down to 2 of or whatnot. But I find that it's essential 3 of in the deck for the fact that you want to get this card out as soon as possible onto the field. Now granted, there's multiple ways of searching it now, but you definitely want to get to it, because this is essential when you're bringing out your Dark Magicians to banishing and getting rid of cards. So I still like it as a 3 of. Spellbook of Knowledge. We run 2 Spellbook of Knowledge and 2 Spellbook of Secrets. Some people run 3 Secrets, double Knowledge. That's okay. That's up to you. A lot of times I'll find myself with Spellbook of Knowledge. If I have a Magician's Rod on the field and I have this, tribute the Magician's Rod, draw 2 more cards, maybe continue on with a combo play, or just be able to set some more spells and traps to go off on my opponent's turn, which Dark Magician sometimes does. Especially when we were more reliant upon navigation plays. But this is the ratio I like for the Spellbook engine. It's been working fine, and I have no complaints as of right now. Then I run 2 Secret Village of the Spellcasters and 1 Terraforming. Now, I'm going to say this right now. This is a tech option. There are other cards you could run instead of this option. Currently, I like running it against meta decks out there. But I will admit, depending upon the matchups I've played recently, I will switch this card out in game 2. And you could even not even run this package. You could run something else. So say you were like, okay, I want to run Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, or Drill and Lockbird, or something else, Ghost Ogre, or some other hand trap. You could definitely take these out of the main deck and run something else if you wish. This is pretty much just another tech option that you could replace with something else if you wanted to. So yeah, definitely I like it in the main deck, but like I said, sometimes you do take it out. Next I run 2 Secrets of Dark Magic. This is a card that I'm debating on running as a 1 of or 2 of. I'm really going back and forth on this. There are different cards that I want to run in the deck that I've thought about running. But at the end of the day, because I really like the fusion that it's able to go into, the Magician fusion, I'm deciding to run this as a 2 of currently. This will change maybe in the future once I do more playtesting, but I went originally when I was building this deck, I was running this as a 1 of, and then I decided to put it in as a 2 of. Yes, and I'm kind of still going back and forth on that. Probably later on in this year when I reprofile this deck, you would definitely see it maybe be changed. But currently, right now, I'm running this as a 2 of, but that is susceptible to change in the future. Also, I run 1 Illusion Magic. I also mentioned if you wanted to cut one of these out, you could run Metaverse if you really like the Secret Village of the Spellcasters. That's something I've been thinking about as well. But 1 Illusion Magic, 1 Dark Magic Attack, and 1 Dark Magic Inheritance. These are other just 1 of Dark Magician cards that I run in the deck. Dark Magic Attack. You know, this I've had this hollow one for ages, but this is Harpy's Feather Duster. And in Age right now, when we're facing a lot of back row, this card's a blowout. 1 Illusion Magic, it's still essential, and 1 Dark Magic Inheritance. There's no reason you shouldn't run these cards in any Dark Magician deck right now. They're still very useful. 3 Call by the Grave. You got to run Call by the Grave. This deck I have found through playtesting and online and in real life, and taking it to some tournaments. You do not want to get Ash Blossomed, and you do not want to get Drill Unlocked. I got that happen to me, and I literally was like, oh my gosh, I'm dead. Call by the Grave, you run it in the deck. Hands down, you got to run it. Run Call by the Grave. Make space for it. It's essential. So, 3 Call by the Grave. Next, I also run 1 Eye of Timaeus and 1 Monster Reborn. You could or could not run Eye of Timaeus if you wanted to. It's up to you. But I still like it because it gives me the options of going into multitudes of different fusions that are just nice to go into. And plus, you know, there are certain fusions that are really helpful in certain matchups. Monster Reborn, it's Monster Reborn. I mean, there's multitude of reasons this is good in the deck, not just for Magician's Circle, but just in general. So, I do like the 1 Monster Reborn in the deck still. 2 Magician's Navigation. Like I said, back in the day, I would have said, oh, you run this as a 3 of, hands down. Nowadays, we're not as reliant upon it, so I like it as a 2 of, but you could still run 3 of if you don't have Magician's Souls. Still a great card, though. And then we also run 2 Eternal Soul in the main deck as well. This card's still very useful in the deck, and I definitely like running it. Still a great card to have in the deck. And that's all for the main monsters. Let's go into the extra deck. So we have my Magician's Field Center, my Dark Magician Girl Field Center. We also have our 2, the Dark Magicians, which is definitely a staple 2 of in the deck, I would say, if you're able to. Some people like running it as a 1 of. I like it as a 2 of. Still good. Amulet Dragon, it's still good. Do not underestimate how good this card can be in certain situations. And if you have a lot of spells engraved, it can become this ungoshly attack monster. We also run the Dark Magic Dragon Knight. This card's very good against certain matchups. I really like it. And 1, the Dark Paladin. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Sometimes there's that guy that wants to bring a Blue Eyes deck to a Dark Magician Blue Eyes duel, and you just go Dark Paladin, and it wins you the game. It's happened. More than I would like to admit, but it happens. And that's when I'm happy I have a Dark Paladin in the extra deck. So I run it. And just in general, it's come against certain matchups. It's been very nice. 1 Ebenon Illusion Magician. You could run this as a double. It's up to you. 1 Ebenon High Magician. 1 Red-Eyed Flare Metal Dragon, if you can't tell what that is. 1 Big Eye. 1 Mr. Dragosack. 1 Almirage. It's nice to have in the deck. In case something happens, it's just nice to have. 1 Phoenix. 1 Cerberus. 1 Unicorn. And 1 Bull's Sword, which we also run in the deck. In addition to that, we run our Yugi tokens because, you know, it's a Yugi deck. And also, recently I got invited to go duel on an island, guys. So I'm going to Duelist Kingdom this weekend to go duel. So I'll see you guys all there on the island. Till next time, guys. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Like I said, this is a very fun deck to play. I thoroughly enjoy playing this deck. It's super fun. It's really awesome. It has gotten very expensive over the years as time has gone on. And if you guys are wondering, how is this deck so high rarity for you? Well, I have been playing Dark Magician just as long as I've been playing Blue Eyes. If you go on my channel, you'll see deck profiles ever since Timaeus came out. And I've been playing this deck for ages, so I've accumulated a lot of the higher rarity cards. But I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to please leave a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, if you want to keep an eye on things, I'm going to be doing a Dark Magician Girl deck soon, and that should be up on the channel shortly. But until next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling to all of you. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody, and good luck dueling to all of you.